right along. We left off before. Clear this up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're on page 94. Okay. And right now we set everything up, all our variables, or our environment. No, we didn't set up our environment. This is our environment here. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to change root into our new area we just built on our partition. So you want to type all these out and take a look. You know, take your time. Take your time. I'm not taking my time. Look at me. Sloppy. Okay. Term. I'm going to say PS1 equals okay. New line. Pass equal bin user bin stop s bin stop user s bin stop tools bin. Pause for a second. I'm gonna recheck this line here. Bin stop user bin stop s bin stop user s bin stop and tools bin. Okay, looks good. When we say tools bin bash login plus h. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we're gonna log in as a I have no name user. And that's how it's supposed to be. If I put in who am I, it should be user 0. Okay. You can read more about that. That's going to change after you set up. After you continue a little bit more, you're going to end up changing that. So you're going to become root of LFS. Okay. And here we just said make directory. We're going to make our bin directory, boot directory, etc. Opt. That's not two files. That's one file. Okay, we're making an etc file, and we're going to make our etc directory, and inside the etc directory, we're making the opt directory. Okay, that's what the slash does for you. It's pretty cool. You can make all these directories at the same time without having to either say make directory, you know, and then you can keep going again. You can do it like that by encapsulating these in the curly brackets. So all you vets know what I'm talking about, but you're basically saying make directory, preserve permissions. I think the P stands for preserve, I'm not sure. Alright, but inside of the root directory or the root system, you're going to create all these folders at one shot. Okay, that's what it does. So I encapsulate because it's taught me to encapsulate. It's pretty cool. Okay, so you can see, as you can see here, abc opt got created just like how I said it was going to be created. Okay, moving on. I'm not going to start typing all stuff out. Remember, just use your up keys, your tab keys. Use what you got. Alright, no need to type in make directory again if you don't need to. Okay, so we'll say media, and we'll encapsulate floppy and CD-ROM. I think it's that, yeah, okay. And then we're going to say sbin serve and var. Okay, floppy, I spelled it wrong. President fail yet. It's been var. Okay, that's down. I'm going to say install dv 0750 root, and we're going to say install 1777 temp var temp. Okay, that looks good. And we say make directory serve user, say local bin include lib s bin source. Check it, take it easy, check it. I'm checking it. Looks good. Okay, and we can back this up here right to the local point. You could say share encapsulate doc info locale man. Going to be created in our share directory. Okay, looks good. And back that up to there, and I'm going to go over here and take out the P switch, the P option, to go to our next one. We're on page 95, and that's how they have it. I'm not sure why they have it that way. I don't know why the P is not there, but it's got to be for a reason. I'm not sure if the P means preserved, so maybe these permissions are not supposed to be preserved. And you want to term info. Definitely want to make sure you're building with the right permissions, because if you don't, you're going to have a problem. Okay, so info, everything looks good there. Okay, and I'm going to go back up here, and that looks good. You will have a problem if you, for instance, if you go into your root directory, and from your root down, if you change all those files or change ownership of all those files to root, well, your operating system, will it work? I don't know. But there's some stuff that's meant to be saved as root. There's some stuff that's meant to be saved as not only your username, but I think maybe proc owns one. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of ownerships that you want to keep track of. So preserving file permissions is very important, and you want to keep that, because if not, you can run into a heck of a lot of problems. Okay, that looks good. Clear. Now we go through a for loop here. We're going to say for dir in user and user local do link share and doc info. Okay, under, and we'll say done. That's done. And now we'll make directory verbose var lock log mail run and spool. Check it, make sure everything's fine. Okay, make directory serve if that's preserve. I think it's preserve. I think in Gen 2, that's where I learned that. That's where I learned, I think it was called preserve. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I did a Gen 2 installation. So, think that's what it was. Locate and /local. Okay, make sure that's right. I think it's right. I just got a good feeling. Okay, there you go. Alright, so you can read more about that, but I'm gonna skip all that stuff. I'm not gonna read any of that, so I know where I'm going. Now we're on to page 96. We need to create links, tools, bin. We need to create links, I guess, to bash, cat, grep, present working directory, stty, the bin folder. Okay, and we'll cut this out here, and we'll say bin. Let's say Perl user bin. Okay, and we need to link tools, libgc, C. I don't know why I'm not getting any tab completion there. I don't like that. Use the tab completion to steer. Hit the tab key, it kind of auto completes for you, like that. You know, that's pretty good. libgc, there we go. Okay. So not only, I mean, do you not have to actually type it all out when you hit the tab key, but you actually know that what you're trying to link to or whatever is actually there. You know, so you know you're in the right spot for that. Okay. So we say link bash to bin sh. That's it. Okay. I'm going to touch the etc mtab folder. Not going to do anything with it yet. That's the mount table, I think it is. Okay. So when you say mount, that reads the mount table. Same as you would say with the etc fs tab or your file system tab table. Shows you what things are in your file system. Yeah, shows you what say HDA2, HD swap, or if you have 5 hard drives or whatever. When you etc when you cat out the fstab, that shows you what file systems you have. Yeah, that's right. Okay, mtab is shows you what's mounted, so do that. Okay, and now it says we have to cat into etc password. Okay, or end of file statement there. I'm going to say root x o root stop root stop bin bash. Check that out, make sure everything's fine. I don't know if this is fine or not. It's a root stop, x stop, 0 stop, o stop, root stop / root. Okay, looks good. Okay, and we'll say end of file. Okay, that root to that. Now we need to actual password for root. Placeholder will be set variable later. Now we need to create the etc group file, or cat into the etc group file. So we'll say cat etc group. DOF. Say root stop. O stop. There we go. Okay. Bin. That. Okay. And sys. Let's see. Kmem. And we got TTY. 4. Okay. Take a pause every so often. Make sure you're lining up. Make sure everything's running okay. And it is. And say tape. I'm going to say daemon None. 6. Okay. Floppy at 7. Disk 8. LP. Oop. LP at 9. Dial out's at 10. Okay. Dial out's at 10. Stop. Say audio. Is that 11? I think. Yep. Video 12. UTemp is at 13. USB is at 14. CD-ROM is at 15. Okay, check it out. Make sure you got all your colons in place. Everything's in place. Everything's spelled right. Well, I think it looks good. EOF, right to file. Okay. I'm gonna pause for a second and just see that. Okay. So right now, certain commands with bash are not going to run now. They will in a second, but they won't right now because I don't think we haven't loaded everything in where we need to be. Okay, because right now we're still at the I have no name, so we don't have the capability to run all the commands. I wanted to check. Let's see, tools bin bash. Okay. exec tools bin bash. I was so lucky on that one, right? Okay. If you get a funky command or something else, try it again. Yeah, try it again. Just you know, until you just can't try no more, right? Now we're going to move along. Say var, touch var, run utemp var log btmap ast log wtemp. Okay, looks good. Then we're going to say change group both utemp var run utemp var log last log. Change group, got it. Okay. And we're going to change mod 664 var run utemp var log last log. Okay. Okay. That's done. We're gonna go down to page 98 and we're going to see where are we. Okay, these are all the that's the directory structure we just created. Okay, for instance, if you're familiar with Linux, you go into a Linux folder and go into your for instance your main Linux, go into your Etsy folder, okay, and list it out and then compare it to this list. Okay, not a lot, okay, because we didn't build it yet. That's the cool thing, we're really building it. And you get to see how it all flows together. Okay, so you can see that we have a sources directory here. Okay, and sources and tools and lost and found were the only things that we had in this partition. We just created all these other folders to store everything else, and stuff's linked and all that stuff like that. So I don't know how to tell you, but we are building a Linux from scratch. Okay, so cd into sources. Here's all your sources again. I'm going to say tar xvf linux libc headers. Okay, we're going to extract that now, and it's less than a minute. Linux libc headers package contains the sanitized kernel headers. That's what it does. Okay, so cd in the Linux libc headers. We have the patch file p1 I Linux libc headers dash I notify patch. Okay, and we need to install dv user include asm. Okay, and we need to copy include asm i386. Listen, if you don't have a 386 machine or 386, well, if you don't have a compatible, if you don't have a 386 compatible processor, you need to change that. ASMI 386. Okay. If you have a you know, x86 or 64-bit, you know what I mean? x86 underscore 64, I think it is. Is that how it goes? I think so. Okay, you need to change that. And you know, if you have a Spark, if you have an ARM architecture, you need to change that. I have an AMD Anthlon, so, and I'm compatible with 386, so I'm okay. If you have a different architecture, you need to check that out. Okay. I think that's what it says in the book. I'm not sure. But if I say anything that conflicts with the book, don't believe me, believe the book. Okay. But I do know that that could be an issue. Continue, and we'll say to ASM, check it, make sure we're good. Okay. Let's say copy or include Linux user include. Okay, that's good too. Okay, and we're going to chown our root. Root. Say user include ASM Linux. Okay. Now I'm going to back the screen up a little bit so I can get a whole string out on it. I'm going to say find user include ASM Linux type D exec change mod verbose 755. Okay, I think it looks good. Do that. Okay, and we'll tab back up, cut some of this out. Type D on the next one, we'll say type F exec change mod verbose 644. Okay. Okay. I think what this does is say make sure the users can read the headers. We're just, you know, ensuring permissions, if not changing permissions and all that stuff like that. Okay, so we'll clear that up. That's done. We'll come back up and we'll remove the Linux libc headers extracted directory. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, make the screen a little bigger, restore it to where I had it, and we're going to tar xvf demand pages bz2 This contains over 1,200 man pages. So this is what you read when you're reading your man pages. CD into that, and we're going to say make install. Okay, not long at all. Okay, we'll go back up and we remove the extracted man pages directory. Okay, now we're going to go through glibc. We're at page 100. It's 13.5 megabyte or 13.5 SBUs, 10 megabytes. Let's see if I can get that out now. Still can't get that out. It's not loaded. Okay. So let's say tar xvf g libc 236 tar bz. Okay, that's gonna go through that. Let that happen. I'm gonna check the usage on my machine here and see what it's looking like. It's feeling kind of sticky. 88 free. Okay. 88 free. How can I stack TPULN? I'm gonna check and see if my servers, which it is, it's up. Okay. My server is really sucking the heck out of my usage, so I want to kill that. So you're gonna get to see me kill my server. You say Etsy. You don't have to do this if you have no problems. I hope you know where I'm at. I'm on my Ubuntu machine. I'm not in LFS anymore. I'm letting LFS extract. I'm gonna kill my server to save RAM for my build on the LFS side. Okay. So say Etsy initab.d. Say Apache 2. I'm gonna say stop that. So that's shutting down. Okay. What type of uses I got now? I got 77 free. Okay, not anything. I got a MySQL server going on, and I'm gonna close that down too. I don't need it. Nobody's using it now. And I say stop. I'm just trying to cut down on some consumption on my host machine because if this drops packages, or if not packages, but if this drops processes and it's shooting back into the LFS machine, it's going to drop out of the LFS, and LFS is going to fail. Well, I don't want to fail. So you might have to do this. You might, if you have a lot of RAM, if you got, you got to think about it. I'm only running 1 gig of RAM on this Ubuntu machine, so Okay, now I know I extracted all the files here, all the glib files. As a good measure, you don't have to do this, but because I have RAM problems, I am going to remove the packages I just extracted. I didn't build anything, nothing's in the process, nothing's happening, but I do want to remove these packages right now because I'm going to go and try to free up some room on this LFS machine, or let's see what's going on with the usage. I don't want this usage to be high. If this usage is high, well, like I said, it's going to drop. I don't want to drop anything. Okay, so I'm going to create another terminal, and we're going to say sudo su from my Ubuntu machine now, just shooting back into the LFS machine. Just how we did before, how I did before. Okay, SSH root at 192.168.1.101. Okay, I want to log in over on that side and see what I have free and all that. Free commands don't work on our LFS machine yet, so just want to make sure, see what's going on. If I have enough resources to continue. Okay, I do. I have 272. That's fine. Compiling takes up a lot of resources. Okay, it takes up a lot of resources. Same if you do a DD command or anything like that, it's a real dog on resources. Okay, and I got a 5. Actually, I tried to install LFS on a smaller machine, which was only about 300 megabytes of RAM, and it just locked up solid. Okay, and I had to, it was not going at all. So be careful. tar xvf. Let's say glibc again. Okay, and enter after that. Okay, it's going to extract all the files. If you have, like I said, if you have like a quad core, Xeon or whatever with 4 gigs of RAM and you're dual booting Windows and whatever, you might not have to do this, but I got a little machine that runs fine. You know, I'm doing stuff here. I mean, compiling packages is not something you do all the time, and I really don't need the RAM. I got weights I can drop and I can scoot and move with it, so I'm okay. Okay, I like my machine. glibc, CD into glibc. Okay. Actually, I got an Anthlon 3000 or something like that. It's an old 2004 processor, and I'm an Intel fan. So and check this out, I'm a junk fan too. So I got a whole bunch of junk, and I got a junk Intel 2.8 gigahertz processor in the back room. So I'd rather have that because I like Intel. You should like Intel too. Intel's your friend. One for Intel, we wouldn't have integrated circuits and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's say change vi. We're replacing streams here, and I equate that to turning on and off switches. Check that real quick. vi vn tcvn d. Okay, locale data supported. Looks good. Did I drop out over here? I didn't drop out. Should I drop out now? I don't know. I didn't drop any of my caches on the host machine. So I stopped my SQL server, but I didn't drop any caches. I don't know if I should drop out now. I just extracted this again. You guys aren't not going to put up with me if I do it again. So I'm going to pause for a second and think about this. I put the patches in. Eek. 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 Let's see here. If I drop my caches now, I could run into problems. If I don't drop my caches, I could run into problems. So, how about I just keep going? Alright. Maybe I'll regret it, but I'll just keep going. Libs. Capital L. Remember the capital L. User. Lib. Space. Capital W. That's an L. Okay. Dynamic. Linker. I had a lot of problems with the lowercase L's and who's a 1. Stuff like that. Yeah. I really had to get really tight up on the keyboard or tight up on the screen in the PDF to see what exactly it was. Guess. And I screwed it up once, twice. But that's what that is. I'm gonna take a pause and look at this line, make sure everything's fine. This libs. So that, and dynamic linker pointing back looks okay. Looks okay. Looks okay. Okay. Continue. Let's say scripts test installation PL. Okay. Now we're ready to make our glibc library again. I think this might be pass 3. I'm not sure. That's what we're doing. Alright, this one I think is going to require a test suite. So this takes a little while. Okay, so after you get ready to do all this, take a break, get a snack, just make sure your computer is secure, you know, nobody's gonna bump it and mess it up, nothing like that. Okay. Hell, you take a nap if you want to, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's gonna do its thing for a while. Okay. Now, you can see here that before in the other two glibcs, okay, we did the basic configuration with the two glibcs over there. Okay. I don't think we had a user directory, but now the only thing that's different here is we're setting our prefix to user instead of tools. Okay, before we set it to tools, now we're setting it to user because we actually created everything we need to. Okay, so you're getting somewhere. Don't worry. Disable profile. Enable add-ons. Okay. New line, I say enable kernel equals 2.6.0. Okay. And we'll say lib exec dir equals user lib glibc. Okay. Give me a second. Check it out. Had a lot of typos today. Sorry. And now it's going to go through and configure. Okay. It's getting it ready to burn into your hard drive. They give you some Linux. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to combine a couple commands here. We're going to say make and make K-switch check. The K-switch, if you read in the book, you won't stop at a failure. You'll keep going, okay? And you'll get a summary instead of a hang, okay? So that's what'll happen, okay? So right now, I don't know if that 2 and the 1 is, but we're running the make file, and after that's completed, by selecting the AND, we are going to the next command, which is make K-check, okay? So we're making the check, and we're not stopping. We got the K-switch. We're not stopping with. We're not stopping. Okay, so it's just printing out a summary for us, or not failing at the error and continuing on to the next item. Okay, and so are we ready? I think we're ready. I don't like my usage, but that's okay. Can't do nothing about it now. Okay. Like I said, this is 13.5 SPUs. My SPU time is 1/10 of a SPU is a minute for me, so I got approximately 135 minutes. So, and this takes a while. Okay. Don't get antsy if you don't see any output on the screen or anything else like that. It's doing its thing. But like I said, you know, keep track of your SPUs. For me, it's going to take an hour 35 or 100, not an hour, but like 2 hours, because, you know. Alright, I hope you got your SPUs down by now. Okay, however many it takes you, so you can approximate where you'll be. So I can say I'm what, 2 hours and 2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. Okay, So I know by 2 hours and 15 minutes this should be done. If it's not done, say in at 3 hours, well, either I hung or something happened or whatever. I'd still let it go. But say if you're not done by 6 hours, if it's not done configuring or compiling by 6 hours, you obviously have a problem. Something crashed somewhere. Okay. And after that, I advise you just to start over because something happened. Okay. So that's that. Let's go back here and look at my crappy usage. Oh my god, 17 free. I hope this doesn't crap out on me. That sucks. That sucks. Come on, Colonel, flip over and drop some caches naturally. But I hope that doesn't crap out. And you know what? If it does, it's not like I haven't built it. You know, it's just it's gonna take some time. Okay, so that in mind, we're going to PS Oxygen because I don't know how to find my button for my screen recorder. We're gonna kill it, and I'll see you in a little bit.